everyone and welcome to my live Secret Stash Happy Hour event this Thursday the 16th of October. Do come along and say hello once you have joined the video this afternoon. Hi there Mary, lovely to see you. Do let me know where you're tuning in from today, and I look forward to chatting with you all over the next little while. We've got a lovely video, all autumnal and cosy themed today. So we have our autumn release of Shire Harvest Light. We've got a little scarf drop, and we also have a new gorgeous cuddly throw to show you as well. We will be looking at the beautiful pink from the Pink Warp from the Unapologetically Pink pre-order, which is running at the moment. And we will also send you a reminder about our fabric piece promotion. We have 20% off all fabric pieces that are stocked on the website just now. So if you're doing a Christmas craft for our Christmas festive craft exchange, then you might want to order a few bits and pieces for that. Only today, our very own designer Beth came into the office showing what she is doing for the craft exchange, and it's also going to be our Christmas activity for the staff team building event that we always have at the end of December. So we're super excited about that, and we'll be able to show you more of those crafts when the time comes. So, hi there everyone. Hi Danina from Canada. Hi there Danielle from Minnesota. You'll be tuning in to see the Pink Warp. That's brilliant. Hi Kelly. Hello. Hi there Laura, here for Pink as well, of course. Lovely to have you with us today. Hi Amanda and Kelly. Oh, you're hopeful for the Coppersmith draw. Yes, I'll have the winners of the Coppersmith draw in just a minute. Hi, Rebecca from Sweden. Oh, hi, Kelly, with no speakers. You'll just need to view what we've got to show you and fill in the gaps. Okay, lovely. Hi, Jana from Illinois. Lovely to have you with us. Okay, so for the winners for the draw to purchase, so we were running a draw to purchase in Panosha for the Moria Coppersmith size 5. I'm afraid, I think it was Rebecca was asking about that one. So it is going to Sibi Tovian. So Holly will pop down that the winner's name so that you don't miss out at all on that one. The mainline treasure tote is Caitlin Fairchild, and the Middle Earth tote is Hannah Gacy. So congratulations to you all. Hi Lydia from Bristol, lovely to have you with us this afternoon. Perfect, so let's get going. And as a reminder that if you would like to enter into our Secret Stash Happy Hour live £10 OSHA giveaway, then you just need to give me a little heart on the video at some point throughout this video, and you will be entered into the draw. So if you love what you see, if you love what I say, then please do give me a little heart throughout the video. It'll be so much appreciated. So here we have the most autumnal Shire. So this is the Shire in autumn, or in fall if you're over the pond. This is the Shire in the most beautiful autumn colours on our Earth Warp. So these are the Earth releases that we've been releasing over the last little while. I think this might be the last one. I should have checked that actually before the video, but I think it might be the last release. So of course we had to bring out the Shire in these beautiful autumn shades. Now the weft of this one is actually a really soft pale pastel yellow, although I don't know that I would describe it as yellow. I think I would describe it as like a kind of warm off-white, kind of slightly creamy, and it just adds a lovely softness to the weft and keeps that kind of feeling of warmth across the autumnal colours. It really kind of enhances that lovely warming feel. And of course with the Shire pattern then you've got the lovely hobbit hole with the smoke rising up through the chimney here, and we have all the lovely flora and fauna from the bustling, thriving bustling, thriving Shire where the hobbits are working away and enjoying that autumn scene and all of the fruits, and I'm sure lots of harvest is going on in the Shire at the moment. So this one is coming also in ready-made bairn carriers and carers carriers too, and then of course there will be a made to order as well with it, so you can order your accessory items. Maybe you want to go for a shawl or perhaps an alia bag, or even a scarf would be really lovely in this one as well. So I'm just going to pop this on and show you what it's like as all tied up. The wrap. Michelle says this wrap is gorgeous. And Amanda says, I've loved watching all the patterns come up on the earth warp. Yes. Lovely emojis, Lydia. Hi Alice, lovely to have you with us. So this is your perfect easy care wrap, and it's a really great all-rounder. So it is, as I think I mentioned, it's 100% BCI organic combed cotton. So that's the Better Cotton initiative that we always use with our standard warps. So that is ensuring that it has been certified by the Better Cotton initiative, which means that there is extra requirements for the growing and the farming and the supply chain of the cotton to make sure that it is as healthy and with as least waste as possible and so on. So by supporting it, it's also organic as well. So you're going to make sure there's no harmful chemicals going into the earth there too. So it's a really lovely cotton. It's also super high quality cotton as well. So it's going to last well. It's going to be really nice and strong, perfect for carrying your baby. So this is 289 GSM, so it's a really lovely medium weight wrap. You're going to be able to use this one from newborn all the way up to toddlerhood. So if you're looking just for one wrap that's kind of a perfect all-rounder, then your 100% BCI organic cotton is really a great option. It's also easy care, so you can put it through its paces, you can wash it, tumble it, although we do recommend, if you can, to avoid tumbling it as much as possible, but I know it's not always possible depending on where you are in the world and what kind of access you have to drying. And that's more of an environmental recommendation, to be honest. But your organic combed cotton is a really lovely option. You can kind of see that slight warmth coming through there on the screen and on the image from that slightly pastel yellow. So yes, you'll be able to use this one from newborn to toddlerhood. It is 173 excluding VAT for a size 6. And yeah, it's just a really great all-rounder. We've had this one tested by Charlene, our lovely customer, who tested it out with her 18-month-old primarily, but she also had a little go with her 3-year-old or 6-year-old, and her 9-year-old even had a little go of an up in this one. So Charlene has written a really fun review of this one in Clanosha, where she goes into some funny stories about how she got on testing it. Charlene, I'm glad you're okay after tripping down rabbit hole, quite literally. So she has said really this wrap has a lovely grip to glide ratio. It's easy to pull a second pass into place, but especially due to the pattern, once it's tied it stays in place even with a ring finish. She says she loves to experiment with fibres and try something new, but given this is a great opportunity to test a 100% BCI combed cotton, had reminded her how useful an easy care wrap can be. Yeah, so it's a really lovely option. She said this one having enough cush for comfort without being at all bouncy, Plenty of support, especially in double layer carries, even for older children, but with plenty of softness for younger, smaller squish too. So just a really lovely all-round view of the Shire in the 100% BCI organic cotton. So lovely. Michelle says, I'm not usually a Middle-earth girly, but I might need this one. I'm in love with the colours. Yeah, they're so beautiful. Especially at this time of year, you just kind of want something a little bit warming, don't you? So Alice says, I love my carers for longer carries. Oh, hi Lily, lovely to have you here for the live this time. And then Hannah says, the more I look at this wrap, the more I love it. It's so beautiful. Kristen says, I love this wrap. And Kerry says, this is so gorgeous. I'm hoping to get my first Keris in it. Oh, brilliant, Kerry. I'll show you the Keris later after we've covered a couple of the other products. I thought it might be fun to show you a Keris in the back, Kerry, if I can manage, because it's just so great when you have a baby bump as well to use the Keris with back carries, because the waistband is just so comfortable. I'm also going to get a Keris for my new one due in January. Evangeline says, this is the closest Shire so far to my dream Shire. My dream is beautiful green Shire, the same green we imagine when we think of a hobbit hole, with a little gradation to slightly darker green, a beautiful emerald and spring green with a gold or warm yellow weft. Please make this, waiting for it in a pre-order. Oh, we'll take it forever. Oh, that does sound really lovely. I don't think we have anything coming up like that, so maybe this will be the closest one that you'll find. Oh, hi Pam, lovely to have you here. We haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Oh, Danielle, you're an earth lover too. Oh, brilliant. That's cool. Okay, perfect. Pop that down to the bottom of the comments. Make sure I've not missed anything. Looks like there's treasure tote live. Okay. Great. Okay, so yes, as I say, it shouldn't be too limited, this one. We've got wraps, slings, Keris and abLearn all ready made, and then there's also the made to order, so you can get your accessory items. Oh, welcome Charlene. It sounds like you're having some internet issues. If you want to chip in at all on the Shire, then do definitely let me know. I'm going to just show the pattern placement and a little show of the bairn carrier, and we'll come back to the Keris later. So here is the bairn. You can tuck the hood in if you know you're not going to be using the hood, so you can kind of see, I've cinched that one in for my baby doll. But yeah, you can see the bairn carrier there. There's the straps. Get the sort of green over the top and then into that lovely kind of autumnal orangey tone in the middle. And we've got the brown webbing, which I think suits it really well, keeping that kind of earthy tone. The Shire at the bottom, although that'll be tucked under maybe, and then your hood as well. Always pattern matched and colour matched as well for the hoods. So that bairn carrier will be ready made too. Okay, so I'm going to show you our lovely, cuddly Dryad Rustling Grove scarf. Sorry? Throw. So here we are. First of our own releases on this beautiful merino wool purled throw. So some of you may recognise this from the same colourway from the festive pre-order that we ran earlier in the year, and those orders have all been shipped out now, and now it's our time. Oh, we did have the Shire, didn't we, in this as well? It's on the website already, that we released on Hobbit Day. So this is the Dryad, which is a beautiful design of, trying to stand back a little bit more, it's a beautiful design, silver birch trees with those lovely leaves at the top, some being filled in with a sort of medium texture. There's also the kind of fuller colour, and then there's the kind of outline as well. So this depicts the beautiful kind of canopy of silver birch trees all the way down. So you can imagine that being lovely at this time of year in your home. So it is a really gorgeous 100% merino lamb's wool throw, and it really is lovely and cuddly and warming. So you can see the lovely kind of mottled texture of kind of melange texture of the colour there, and the wool coming through, the different tones coming through in that lovely kind of ochre colour, and then it moves into a beautiful kind of sort of golden glow in the middle, like a kind of slightly kind of sunshiny yellow, but also that real kind of like yellow that you get in the changing seasons. You know, it's kind of quite punchy, so that's nice and warming and bright. And then down into this lovely kind of melange cream kind of tone at this side, like a lovely kind of biscuity colour. So Jessica Danielle says, I don't need 12 throws, I don't need 12 throws, I don't need 13 throws. Wow. So yeah, there you can see the reverse, and then we have the lovely pearled wool edges of these ones. So that's how they are finished off, and it is honestly so lovely and snuggly. I'll share a video on Instagram and on our Facebook stories later as well, which kind of shows the full, because we're landscape here for this video, so we can do portrait later for that, and I'll show you those. So this is about 400 GSM, so that gives you like the kind of an idea of the kind of weight of that, and kind of the cuddly snuggly. It's quite a kind of, it's a heavy throw, but it doesn't feel like super heavy, it just feels lovely, cuddly and snuggly. Danielle says Dryad is so nice on this. Rebecca says that looks so cozy, I'm jealous. And Kristen says love that you included the fringes on Dryad. Obviously saying this throw is gorgeous, it's so lovely. Kristen says, I'll have to read Charlene's review. Sounds like a great adventure with so many ages to test with. Yes, you definitely should do that. Oh, thank you, Pam. Yes, I'm glad you're doing well. Thank you very much for your compliment. Okay, lovely. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Charlene, you were saying 13's your lucky number to Jessica. Lovely, perfect. So, yes, Dryad Rustling Grove throw, which is, I think we have one more to come in this colourway next week, I believe. It's so lovely and snuggly. And here we have our latest addition to our scarves that we're bringing out on many of our classic items. So this is the, oh, I should mention for the Dryad throw, we only have 20 of those. So if you are loving that and really would love one of those throws, I wouldn't hang around because they're quite limited actually. I realised there's only 20 of them. Okay, so here we have the Legend of Frodo Dreme scarf, which is woven on our Philosopher's Warp, our much loved Philosopher's Warp, with that same weft grad that you see on the Legend of Frodo warp wraps, rings, slings and carriers. So it's like a beautiful kind of lime punch into like kind of lovely, like warming rusty red in the kind of weft grad, and that just adds a beautiful kind of glow and flow and really like adds to the magic of this fabric. I think, you know, it kind of alludes to the magic of Middle Earth and the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. So you've got that lovely glowy text coming through along the script here. So this spells out, even the smallest person can change the course of history. And then we have, and here is the legend of Frodo. So it's a lovely message, you know, really just kind of highlighting not to judge anyone by their size or how small they might seem in the world. Everybody can have a massive impact, and yeah, just kind of not to underestimate. It's also a lovely message for our children, I guess, as well, thinking about you know, the things that they might do to kind of change what's gone before for the future. So this is really lovely. Alison saying, I absolutely adore this Legend of Frodo Dreme as a scarf. Wow. I also didn't realise how well it was going to go with my outfit today. I knew that I wanted to wear something kind of rich so that the Shire would really kind of pop, but I had actually forgotten about doing the video with the scarf, so it looks really lovely with that. Alice says, I love a rarer pattern, not that the common ones aren't beautiful. Yeah, this is really lovely. So it also works really well as a scarf, I think, because it's kind of that all over like repeat pattern, where you're kind of, you don't actually lose a lot of the design when you're wearing it, which is really lovely. So, of course, also it would be very nice kind of worn as a shawl, maybe for the kind of any kind of special occasions that you've got coming up. It will be coming in an infinity loop and a cowl as well, so you can look out for those too. But yeah, it's just got a lovely glowing band in the middle, hasn't it? It's beautiful. Rosie's loving the reverse side of this one. And Sarah says it's so shiny and pretty. Yeah. Okay, lovely. Alright. Alexandra's saying, sitting here saying I don't need a scarf, but that one is so dreamy. Definitely a good word for this one. Oh, Pam says, just when I thought I had reached a point of not needing more Osha in my life, who was I kidding? I'm a sucker for anything on the Philosopher's Warp. It is so lovely, the rich. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so I think probably it's a good idea to show you the Shire Keris as a back carry, and then we will have a look at the pre-order warp and some sneak peeks for next time as well. So here's the Keris in the Shire. So you are getting the lovely colours. So something that's really, really nice about the Keris is you have these different colour straps, so you're always getting the kind of full warp going all the way across, which is really lovely. And we also, as a reminder, we now have our cinch, inbuilt cinch as well, which is super helpful and super handy for that. So I'm just going to pop on my Keris carrier over bump here and just kind of remind anyone or show anyone who may not be familiar how great it can be as a kind of pregnant bump back carry. So I'm not going to do it too tight just now because I need it to be able to swivel. So I'm just going to grab my toddler doll. She's a little bit hefty. Ooh. Okay. Sybil says, oh, Shire makes such a cute carrier. So I'm bringing her into her knee-to-knee position, hopefully, if I can see what I'm doing. So one knee in here, next knee in there, holding her up, putting that underneath. You can also, if your toddler is a little bit older and able to stand and climb onto your back, you might find that easier, especially if you're pregnant, to kind of bend down rather than sort out at this stage. But anyway, okay. So here we are, we're going to get ready for a hip scoot. I do love the Keris for back carries, especially if you're a beginner, because it is really easy to get baby onto your back nice and safely and in a really nice controlled way. It's definitely the first carry I did with my son, back carry I did with my son. I also used it actually as a when he was a newborn too, with a newborn hack. Maybe I'll show you that too because we probably have enough time. Okay, so I'm just going to go over, knees, cross at the back, under, and then I think I will do a fancy finish on this one. I often find it feels really nice to be able to do that with your shoulder straps. Also, it takes a little bit more pressure away from the top of bump too. So I'll go with this one first. I think I'm going to go under for this one. And then I'll do the same on the other side. So, of course, the other benefit about using the Keris is the opportunity to do these lovely little fancy finishes too. I'm just going to knot it in the corner here and open up my passes. So I'll do the green one first, and then the rust. So of course you're then getting all those lovely colours, and I'll just remember to tighten that up a wee bit as well, as it wasn't as tight as what I would have done because I was doing my hip scoot. And there we have the Keris carrier as a back carry. Dolly's kind of leaning a little bit, isn't she? She doesn't move around like a real toddler would do. But yes. You get the gist. So here is the Stratalinea padded waistband that goes right the way around underneath that webbing, which avoids any digging in, and it also just feels really nice and comfortable. So a great benefit of the Keris is that you can wear it nice and high without compromising the position of baby on your back. In fact, it even encourages them to be much higher, which is great for them being able to see out, and also for you can really glance over the back, chat to them, and just having that nice safe high position too. So yeah, if you are expecting, or if you have a toddler and you're thinking you might be expecting soon, then I would say like the Keris carrier is a really, really lovely option for carrying while you have a bump. Carrie says, is the waistband bigger on the XL? What size do you recommend switching for the XL? I can check in with that, Carrie, because I don't know off the top of my head. So would you mind messaging us on our DMs? That would be brilliant on Facebook, and we can get back to you with the exact details on that. Sarah says, I actually like the Keris while pregnant. Super easy for ups when you're tired and no worries about seat popping. Yeah, totally. You can also wear it on the front as well. You can, you know, it might just be that you're more comfortable when baby, if your toddlers come a bit bigger, and you might want them on your back. And I'm using a baby Keris now, but it would be the same for the toddler size as well. So yeah, Sarah says, I love my Keris for cranky seat poppers. Totally. So that is a really lovely option for you all as well. So now is the time to have a little look at the pink warp. So I have this here. So we're at the weft polling stage, sorry. So what I would say with the warp is that, actually I think I might try and just lift that up a little bit. So it's because we've got you can't see the exact yarns right next to each other because of the way the swatches work. But yes, so my disclaimer is that of course this is being shown to you with some bright light. I have a ring light here. So it can be quite difficult to show like the exact colours that you're going to be seeing, and there's different, obviously, depending on the brightness of your screen versus the brightness of somebody else's screen, but I'll try and hold it around lots of different ways so that you can really see that gradation there. So it's a lovely vibrant pink grad. 3-colour grad, and then what happens, well, it's not a 3-colour grad, it's a 5-colour grad, but what's going to happen is you've got your 1, 2, 3, and then it will be mirrored, so then you'll have 1, 2, 3, and then it'll go back into the beetroot in the middle here, and then it will go finish on the cactus flower at the top. So it will be like a mirrored grad effect of this one, but this middle pink will be like a smaller section in the middle. So yes, this is, well, the middle section isn't a smaller section, it's just that overall across the whole warp, like you'll have more of the beetroot and more of the cactus flower at the top. So we've got cactus flower, beetroot, and then pink yarrow. So Caitlin's saying, so excited for pink Shire. Elizabeth says, look at those gorgeous pinks. And Laura's saying, so pretty pinks. And Kerry is saying, oh, yeah, lovely. Yay! So lots of love for the pinks. So the patterns that have made it through are Shire, Roses, Puffins, Blossom Moon, Oakenshield, Wild Rose, Briarwood, and then we've got the Baroque Scarf. Lovely, really cool. Yeah, so those are the patterns that are going through to, then we'll be doing the weft voting at the moment, weft polling moment, and then there'll be pairing after that. So that is pink. Try and show it off to you as best we can. Yeah? Okay, wonderful. Let me see. Yes. Sarah saying, I love the middle shade. Danielle saying, I'm so excited. And Sarah says, super hot pink. Jessica saying, so excited for a true pink. And Madeline says, a younger, brighter sister for Rose's Saray. Yes, right enough. Oh, great, Evangeline, you got a size 6 Shire. That's great. Perfect. Jessica has confirmed that weft polling ends Friday. So if you love this pink grad and you would love a pink wrap in one of those patterns that I mentioned, you should definitely join the group, get involved with polling for the wefts. And these ones will, the orders will open up towards the end of October, and then it will be 4 to 6 months before those land, so it'll be kind of like a springtime release, which would be great. Lydia saying, is it too early to ask for Christmas sneaks? No, we're all getting excited about Christmas here already. It does feel a bit early, but hey, it always comes round so fast once you get started, doesn't it? Lots of love for that. Great, so I'm going to show you our little sneak peeks, and then I might just pop on the Keras in the newborn hack that I mentioned to you as well. Since I've got it here, I've got a little bit more time. You can stay around if you'd like to see that newborn hack for the Keras, and yeah, and then we will wrap up. Oh, sorry, that's the chest here that we keep all the wraps in. Okay. So I just may as well keep that waistband on just now. Okay, so these are just a couple of things that we've got coming up next week. And here we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to narrow my waist for this little newborn hack that I'll show you if you're interested. So I'm just going to cinch in that waist so that it is a much narrower width from using it with the toddler. And I really love this with Finn when he was little, actually, because it's a really lovely way to avoid any kind of bulk going under their little legs when they're really tiny. of course, there's loads of wraps, you know, like the kangaroo carry and so on that you can do with little ones. But if you do have a Keris and you want to make the most of it or use it from those newborn days, then this is a really lovely option. So what you can do is you can just bring baby into the body panel, and then we can go underneath the arm and bring it up and over the top. And what that does is it narrows the top width here. So sometimes what you'll find with your carrier, with your Keris, is that if you're using it with a really small baby, you might find there's a little bit gapy at the top just while they're really little. So this way you can narrow that down. I've got a wee twist there, you don't want any twisting. So you can narrow that down by bringing that up. And then what you're doing is you're almost acting as though, obviously this doll is a little bit bigger than a newborn, of course, so that's why she's looking a little bit bulky out the top here. So you're almost then mimicking the front map cross carry, where you've got your two passes, you've got your cross at the back going under your arm, and because baby's so light at this stage as well, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. And then you're bringing those two passes down each side, which again kind of narrows that waist, that body panel. Then you can go under leg, and they're so tiny, and this is like quite not super bulky. And then you can just do a double knot at the back, and that is a really lovely newborn hack for the Keris carrier too. So it's a really lovely way to carry your tiny little one in the sling and get a little bit more wear out of your Keris. So, some of you are guessing the sneak peeks, which I quickly showed you. So you'll have to wait a couple more weeks before we reveal those to you. Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today. Remember, we've got 20% off fabric pieces until tomorrow at 4 PM BST. So if you're doing your crafting, if you're part of the Christmas craft fair, or if you just would like to build up your scrap stash, then you should definitely check out the 20% off on those. Wonderful. Thank you all so much for joining me today. It has been lovely to chat with you all and show you our new products. Thanks everyone. Chat soon. Bye.